All right, time for better biking. Peter and Tracy here from We Bike. We are talking about roads, trails, just the whole engineering aspect and how it impacts all of us. It really does. So tell us a little bit about how we can improve traffic conditions and the streets that we're all going on.
Well, the one thing we want to look at first, the three things we want to look at first is engineering, education, and enforcement. We've talked a lot about the education aspect of it. We talked about the enforcement when Trooper Larson was here. We're going to focus tonight on the engineering end of it, which is basically how the road is built and how it is designed.
And how does that really impact? I mean, you would never think that this is, playing a role in how we bike and use those roads, but it really does.
Yeah, these are the things that Tracy and I are trained to see, but for most people it's just kind of a gut feeling. Like if I were to ask you, if you're out biking with your family, what types of roads do you like to ride on?
Residential, the side streets right by our house.
You bet. And those tend to be the roads that have lower traffic volumes, they have lower speeds, and they're also narrower.
Right.
And Tracy, you can talk about the types of roads that we have beyond the quiet residential streets.
Yes, we also have collectors and arterials, which are bigger roads, faster speeds, more traffic on them, and they really connect neighborhoods or connect neighborhoods to businesses. And people looking at that may not think those are ideal to bicycle on, or they look at them and don't feel comfortable with them. But when we look at it, there's really three things that Peter will address that we look at when we're looking at bikes that are, or roads that are accessible.
Just like the three things we talked about with residential streets, Tracy and I are always assessing how much traffic do we have, how fast is the traffic going, and how much room is on the road. For instance, you might have a high traffic street with a high speed and go, whoa, that's not bikeable.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
But if you put a bike lane on it, so now we designated a place for the bicyclist to share the road with the motorist, it can be very good.
And that makes it so much safer too for every single person out there.
Exactly.
Okay, that
Now,
makes
one of the
sense.
cool things is that when we're looking at roads and building and designing new roads, we can manipulate those three factors. We can take roads that might be kind of crummy now, and we can actually make them better. So Tracy and I were in the Fox Valley today, and everybody knows there's tons of cool stuff on College Avenue to do, but nobody wants to bike on that road. You're
there's
pretty
just
much
not enough room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to drive there, and
You can
that's
barely
the
walk
only thing.
some days down there.
But we built it that way. If we choose to give access to people walking and biking, and that's exactly what the planners and engineers are doing now, they're looking at fixing that so that everybody would be able to access that.
So College Avenue is one that I think everybody can relate to. Where are some other areas, around, northeast Wisconsin?
There's another corridor up here that we're looking at right now, and it's Webster Avenue, the north end of it in Green Bay. So basically it's going from the downtown Green Bay area out to Bay Beach, which is a great attraction for families to go out to. And wouldn't it be wonderful when we redesign it that people could access that as easily by bike and by foot as they can now with their car? So it's something we can do. It just needs to be part of the whole planning process.
And this is where people get involved,
It
right?
is.
Yes.
There's another one that we're looking at too. It's Riverside Drive. That's very interesting because we all use it as that quick cut through between De Pere, Alloway, Green Bay.
All the time.
We do have the Fox River Trail next to it, which is great in weather like this, but we don't plow the Fox River Trail.
Right.
There are people that want to use that corridor to get to and from work, to access things that are on Riverside Drive. When we redesign that, it would be easy to make it easier for people to walk, bike, and drive. And we'd have a much better community for it.
And so much safer.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. This is where people get involved. Share your opinions with everybody who's making those decisions.
Exactly.
All right, thanks guys. For more info about better biking, visit our website, click under the Wisconsin Tonight tab, and you'll see all that right there. We'll be right back here on Wisconsin Tonight.